have a prepaid call. You will not be charged for this call. This call is from an inmate at a federal prison. This call is being recorded and is subject to monitoring. Hang up to...
Hello? We have an inmate on the phone that is currently serving a 210-month sentence. He agreed to share his story with us, so let's begin.
I ended up getting in another fight with a guy that heard about my crime and stuff through the news, and so then after that fight was split up, they put me in a different block. Well, needless to say, the whole time I was in county jail, it was always, keeping avoiding from other people, even though there was only 8 people in the block. You never knew who somebody else was going to come in if they knew me. I was in North Carolina, but I was from Indiana, so it was just hard telling who was going to know me and who wasn't going to know me. So then state ended up dismissing their charges, and when the feds had picked me up, they indicted me. I didn't even know that the feds were even looking into it. And I went to court. It was like 45 minutes away from where I lived at. There was nobody in the courtroom with me. All my family, basically pretty much, they lived in another state, so they couldn't be there to help me out. I was in there alone. On your way to court, they put you in a big old bull tank full of everybody. They call it a bullpen, and it's everybody who's going to court. And a lot of these guys, this wasn't their first time, in and out of the system. So they had tattoos all over them, skinheads, and they just looked really mean and stuff like that. And so me, I was scared to death. I didn't know, if someone was going to try to fight me while I was there in the bullpen or not. If they were the cops going to be able to get there in time to separate us before, one of us got seriously hurt? And then on top of that, being in a courtroom alone, there's no family members there, no support. It was really rough. 2008, I went to federal prison first time. I was in Terre Haute, USP in Indiana, and it was an active yard. And active yard, that means there's people there that's involved in gangs, and they're like you got arms, which is like Aryan Nation, Aryan Brotherhoods. They're basically like racist groups of people, skinheads and stuff like that. And then you got your gangs that were, from the streets, Bloods and Crips and stuff like that. And they were always fighting with each other. You got cars that people ran with from different states. Like if you're from Illinois, you ran an Illinois car. If you were Kentucky, you ran with a Kentucky car. It was, they didn't know about my crime because I was telling everybody I was in there for something else. And nobody took the time to check my paperwork. Well, my first 2 months that I was in Terre Haute, I got clicked up with a bunch of Satanists. And it was basically to try to keep myself safe, And
you got clicked up with who?
Was having problems with a group of Satanists. They called themselves the Luciferian Order. It was like a small little Satanist group there in Indiana.
Okay.
And it was basically it was another kind of car. It was kind of like a gang. They got a thing in here called the SIS, and what they do is they investigate things. They investigate gangs and stuff like that. And as far as what the Luciferian Order was, that was a type of gang to them. And so they didn't ask me who I was or where I was from on my paperwork or nothing, so I figured it was safe to get involved with them. And, it wasn't. One of the guys, his name was Mike, he had a problem with somebody, and he had asked me if I'd help him out. And me being new there, I told him, sure, whatever he wanted to do, I got his back. Well, that was my first, I got in trouble with it. It was a 101 series shot, which was inflicting seriously harm on another inmate. What I did is I had 2 locks tied to a belt, and my buddy Mike, he had a mortar. It was like a mortar and pestle. It was the mortar part. It was 3 pounds of solid marble. Well, he had that tied in a laundry bag. So we went upstairs that night, and I had to do it, because if I didn't, they were just going to get me too. So we ended up hitting these guys in the head with the locks and this chunk of marble. And it was the first time I ever had to do anything like that. I never seen that much blood in my life. One of the guys didn't even make it out of the chair. He got hit in the head so hard he fell on the floor, and there was blood all over the place. They had to fly them both out of there to the Indianapolis Head Trauma Center. And we went to the SHU over that, The one guy that got hit in the head with the marble, apparently they told us later on that they had to bring him back to life 2 times on the way to the hospital. I was in the SHU for 8 months because of that, and I was scared to death because my first 2 months in there, I didn't know if we killed the guys or not, and we could have gotten in trouble for it. I mean, we could have got another charge, could have got more time, but we got out of the SHU, and I did end up losing good time. I lost 97 days of good time for it. I was on commissary restriction for a year. I was on visitation restriction for a year. And my grandparents at the time, my grandpa, he had cancer. So, I mean, I wasn't able to visit with him because of, getting in trouble like that. Not only a month after being out of there, I ended up getting in another trouble, another shot of the 102 for making a knife. There in Terre Haute, you had to carry a knife with you. I mean, it was illegal, it was against the rules, but you had to, because if you didn't, and one of the other inmates caught you without carrying a knife, then you would get beat up by your own group of people that hung out with you. And so if you didn't carry a knife, that's what happened. There was all the time fights going on during the summertime between different groups and cars and stuff, so that's why you had to carry it with you. There was a lot of
When you say cars, when you say cars, you mean like pretty much cliques, gangs.
Cliques, gangs. Like the Missouri. If you were from Missouri, if you weren't part of an actual gang from the streets, then you would click up with other people that were from Missouri, and that's what a car is. They call it a car. And a lot of times when there was problems going on, you had to have people stand point by the shower, so you could take a shower without someone coming in and stabbing you or something with a shank or something like that. First time I was there was a group of Mexican guys. They call themselves, they're from Mexico. They call them paisas, which basically that's just like locals from Mexico or something like that. And, well, the paisas ended up getting into it with the Sureños. And, I mean, it was huge lockdown. We were locked down for like almost a whole month. And what that is, they lock you down in a cell and they feed you bologna sandwiches for lunch, breakfast, and dinner. There's nothing more than that. It was pretty bad.
So did they transfer you from there?
Yeah, eventually I was in Terre Haute for 4 years. Every day I had to walk around and keep an eye behind my back because nobody knew what I was really in prison for, being a sex crime. And they didn't know it. So every day, who was going to find out?
So you're worried about that?
Stabbed. Oh yeah, I was worried about it every day of my life. I'm taking PTSD classes for it now because for 4 years I had to keep an eye on my shoulder.
So you're taking PTSD where you're at right now, classes?
Yeah, post-traumatic stress disorder classes.
Yeah, I can believe it.
Yeah, there was a lot of things that I had to go through, and I didn't want to do, but I had to, and but yeah, I ended up getting transferred from there, from Terre Haute to Tucson, Arizona, at the USP, and it's not completely safe here neither. I mean, if you're a sex offender, people look down on that when you're in prison. It's like pretty much the worst crime that you can do, even on the streets. They say that we're all monsters, and they'd rather us be castrated or killed or whatever. And so you're in prison with people that have even a worse outlook on that. They would rather beat us up or stab us to death or seriously hurt us or something.
What?
If they found out. But
now that I have a question for you. Now that you're in prison, one of my questions are: do other inmates look at each sex offender's case individually, or are all sex offenders treated the same?
This call is from a federal prison.
Oh, where I'm at now, they kind of look at each case differently, but like if pretty much like if it involves like a kid or something like that, they really look down on that versus like if it's just like for prostitution or sex trafficking, or whether or not if it's just for like trading pictures or something like that. They kind of look at it differently, but for the ones that are like high profile cases, like let's say like Larry Nassar, you're not going to stay here. You're going to spend most of your time in the shoe. You're going to be transferred back and forth from all different places. The one guy that was Elizabeth Smart, that guy, he was here at one time. Every year he used to get beat up. They would play his thing over Lifetime, the TV show Lifetime, or the TV channel, and every year that would air on TV, someone would target him. One of these guys that were in here for being a dropout from a different gang, or somebody that was in here that couldn't walk another yard because they had snitched on somebody. They would always target these high-profile cases, and it's something that just happens.
So that guy that held Elizabeth Smart captive was in there?
Yeah, he was here for a little bit, and, but it happens. That beep means that we got like 1 minute left. So, any way that I can help somebody out, that's my life. I've done the SALT program, which is a sex offender management program they offer in prison, and it helps you change things a lot. So, anything that I can do to help.
Yeah, if I need you any further, I'll be writing you a letter. Thank you. Bye-bye.